3 in my chest forever.
Before he was taken prisoner, Korean-born Kenneth Bay was a preacher and missionary. He grew up in a tight-knit family in California and went on to start a tourism business bringing Christian groups into North Korea. But he made a fateful mistake. In 2012, he brought in a computer hard drive loaded with prayers and pictures of starving North Korean children.
They said that you attempt to overthrow the government through prayer and worship. And they really took the prayer as a weapon against them.
Any criticism of the regime is forbidden. Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un and his family consider themselves gods. He was arrested, charged with espionage, and sentenced to 15 years hard labor.
One of the prosecutors told me that I was the worst, most dangerous American criminal they ever apprehended since the Korean War. And I said, why? And they said, because not only you came to do a mission work on your own, you asked others to join.
Bay's fate was now in the hands of a young and brutal dictator scorned by the U.S. for carrying out a series of underground nuclear tests. Tensions with the U.S. spiked.
So you were a political pawn, you believe?
I believe so.
You write about the trial, all of America really was on trial with me.
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
I believe that they blame everything wrong with their country to America. They said the reason for poverty, reason for their suffering is all caused by U.S. foreign policy against them. And therefore, by indicting me, they are indicting the U.S.
Bay spent nearly 2 years under 24-hour watch by 30 North Korean guards. The conditions were dire. He shoveled coal and worked the fields. He lost 50 pounds and was briefly hospitalized.
I'm looking at a mirror in the bathroom every day and say, remember, you're a missionary. This is why we're here for. I took it as a blessing rather than a curse or suffering.
You were in a labor camp.
Yes.
And you thought that was a blessing?
Well, it's very hard for me to even say that right now. But no one likes suffering. No one will embrace suffering. But when suffering comes to you, you have to face it.
Kim Jong-un finally issued a pardon in 2014 after the White House sent U.S. Intelligence Chief James Clapper to pick up Bay and another prisoner. Bay said he'd never been so proud to be American.
I was just overwhelmed that after being there for 735 days, I was finally going home.
Bay says he's not angry about his imprisonment. He believes it was an opportunity to share his faith and teach his guards what life is like outside of North Korea.
I was just there to love the people, let people know that God cares about them and the rest of the world cares about them. I hope that this book becomes a reminder to people to not forget the people of North Korea, have more compassion for the people.